15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Hello everybody, welcome to Leet Wine TV. I'm your host Mark Fusco here for another episode of the show. And this is going to be a Leet show today. Right. Alright, so a little history about this wine. Was just surfing the net, and I believe I just was throwing in search terms 1337 and wine and all that, and what pops up but a picture of the label of this wine talking about being Leet. Now, on first look, and I know you can't really see the label very much, you'd go, I don't get why it would be. And even if I put the label closer to the camera, you probably won't be able to tell what it is. So, to remind myself to do this, we're going to take a picture of the label, and hopefully it'll come out. If not, well then, too bad, so sad. But we'll do one more picture because I don't think that other one came out very well. Okay, so what are we drinking? It is the 2005 Château Petit Puch, or Puch, Puck or Pooch, I don't know. You tell me what it is. 2005 Petit Puch. And it's from Bordeaux. It's from the Graves de Vayres, maybe Vayres, area of Bordeaux. And it was $21 from Artesian Wines. Now, this was a wine that took me a little while to find. It's not available in my usual spots that I like to go look for, one of them being Wine Library. But winesearcher.com, and I'll put the link to that below. Winesearcher.com is what I had, is actually how I found it. I spent about a week or two just on and off looking for it. So 2005, it is an 80% Merlot, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon blend. And 2005, by the way, which 2005 was an incredible vintage for Bordeaux. So pretty much any wine that you get from there, whether it's a great wine or not, should be pretty good. This part of Bordeaux is in the Entre du Mer, so that is in between, well, between the two seas. It was in between the left and right bank of Bordeaux, and this particular winery's property is directly across the Dordogne River from Saint-Emilion and Fonsac. So let's see what it's like. Oh, it's kind of neat. The label, you can't see in the back, I don't know why I'm doing that, is in French and English, the back label. I'm kind of waiting to give you the punchline as to why this wine is Leet. See if you can figure it out, just so you know. Alright, so initially the nose is pretty nice and neat at the same time. I like it. There's definitely some nice red fruits. I'm getting a little bit of chocolate in it, or on it, on the nose. It's not too hot. It's a 13.5% alcohol. I don't get a lot of alcohol on the nose. Slight bit of sweetness to it. But it's kind of like cherries. Cherries and chocolate. So let's see how it tastes. I like this. It's pretty tasty. I like when I say it's pretty tasty. I like when I use that phrase. better than the not so much phrase. I get again some of that cherry, some more red fruits. Not a lot of the chocolate, but a little bit of spiciness to it. I'm going to read the description because I think this kind of really does talk about it a little bit. Now, there's two. I got this from the Artesian Vineyards people. They sent it in the box, tasting notes. So I'm going to read these real quick. This was from December of '08. So there's a sweet fruit nose of blackberry and dates and nutmeg. Okay. I don't get that, but that's fine. Hey, that's fruitcake. Seriously, that's what it said. Instead of fruitcake, give Petit Puch to your friends for Christmas. They'll be much happier. This is quite extracted for Bordeaux. I'll agree with this kind of extracted. There's plenty of acid and tannin to balance the palate. I don't get lots of tannin, but I do get that balance. You know, I'm not getting super dry mouth out of it. The warm blackberry flavors linger long after. Then the other one, the fruitcake nose of the prior tasting has started to show a nuance of chestnuts roasting over a barrel. I don't get that either. I don't get the nuttiness, but that's okay. I mean, it's a nice description. A fine silky texture in the mouth, followed by a goodly chunk of tannins. They are fairly soft, so they're not detracting now, but do indeed promise a nice aging potential. Nice cherry fruit all the way through the finish. Oh, I got the cherry. And I did read this, but I didn't remember what it said. When I saw the fruitcake, I was, oh yeah, they mentioned fruitcake. This was from March of '09. So, it's a pretty good wine. It's 21 bucks. It's hard to find. It is 14 euros from the website, though. You have to, I think you have to like email them to be able to order it. So I'm not really sure how you would do that, but I'll have a link below for the website. I didn't really have a song to do. I thought the bells were kind of neat, you know, Chateau, France, all that. So let's give it a rating. I like this a lot. Is it a 90-point wine? I'm not sure. I'm on that borderline. I'll give it a 90. I mean, I was kind of like in between 89 and 90. I'll give it a 90. I know it's gotten some good ratings or awards. I think it had an 80-something score from somebody. So, anyway, it's aged for 12 months in oak. And from what I can tell, the translation from French to English may not have been the best. They have 1, 2, and 3-year-old oak barrels that they use for the aging. So like the way they termed it said they rotated the barrel. So what I'm thinking is after barrels are 3 years old, they take them out of the rotation, and certain percentage of the wine is aged in 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year. I don't know if it's a third each, but this is not an uncommon practice. I know I never talked about this, but it's not an uncommon practice for wines. You'll see, you know, new French oak or, you know, 2-year-old oak or whatever. So they'll take 1, 2, and 3-year-old oak, because after about 3 years, the oak doesn't really impart the flavors to it. Doesn't really affect the wine as much. So so that's what it is. 90 points, 21 bucks. All right, now, you guys been racking your brains to why I'm calling this elite wine? Probably not, but I thought I'd make you wait. All right, so you can't see it on the label. I don't know why I did that. You still can't see it on the label, because I don't think you can. So I'm going to go through and real quickly read the little history of this place. The Gascon records show that July 16, 1330, the nobleman Leet du Puch is granted by Edward III of England the authorization to build a castle on his land located in Parroquia Sancti Germani di Podio. So we're basically where they're at. So in the parish of Saint Germain du Puch. Problem was, Ellie died, soon after, and the royal grant was renewed to the benefit of his successor, Raymond, on June 16, 1331. Hopefully you're starting to catch on where this is going. But it is finally Gaillard du Puch, after a third grand in 1348, who built the fortress of Grand Puch close to his noble house, more ancient mansion owned by the lords of Puch, who lived in Saint Germain since the 13th century. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I won't go through the rest of it. So, it was founded in 1337, the actual chateau. It says it right there. Fondé on 13... I don't know how to say 1337 in French, sorry. So, it's a Leet wine. I had to get it. Found it in this chateau has been making wine for a long time. Or the chateau's been around for a long time. Let's put it that way. Since 1337, it's been there. And I'm proud to get some of this wine. It's good wine if you can find it. You got 21 bucks to spend on it. I say go ahead, just for the geek factor alone. Get it. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Hence the shirt. And I know you can't read it, but 1337. So I'll let you figure out what the university, what this is, and what the Latin phrase is. I don't know if you can read the Latin phrase or not. Speaking of t-shirts, there's now swag that you can buy. Cafe Press. So if you click above and you see buy stuff, there's now another. Magically, there's another link there, and it's actually a link. It doesn't go to. It takes you to another website. It's my store on Cafe Press. It's really basic right now. It's just a bunch of items that just say 1337 wine on it. There's hopefully I'll have some other little things in there with little catchy phrases and stuff like that. So if you want it, buy it, and that's about it. Though I might switch stores just because Cafe Press costs money to do what I'm doing, and others don't cost money. I like free. Free is good. Let's see what else. Click the links. Donate. Want to be an executive producer? Come on, man. Be an executive producer. And that's going to be it. Today I did a, well, not really today because I'm recording this Tuesday, but this morning, as far as this episode is concerned, I did, Lane Kiff is leaving Tennessee. What do you know? A Skype interview with a Portuguese winemaker, so that will be Friday's episode. I'm really psyched about that because it'll be my first international Skype interview. And that'll be it. We'll see everybody again on Friday. Sommelier School on Thursday. That's it.